Shalom, family, trendsetter, all praises be to the Most High. I am driving, so you will hear some noise in the background. Please bear with me. Also, I do have a tendency to struggle for words when I speak because of my West Indian dialect. Now, today's video, I want to share something with y'all. Now, I've been noticing for the last couple of months, heading towards the end of the year according to man's calendar, because, they said the New Year's begin in January when everything is dead. As you can see, everything is dead. Our New Year, the Hebrew New Year, begins in spring when everything is back alive. But according to man's calendar, right, we at the end of the year. So I've been noticing that a lot of people have been taken out, within the last 3 to 4 months of this year, ending up this year, according to man's calendar once again. And just recently, just this morning, I got a phone call from a friend of mine telling me that her cousin suddenly passed away in her sleep last night. Now, the irony is this: she's only 56 years old, and believe it or not, when you see her, she doesn't look 56, right? She looked like she could be in her early 50s, if not late 40s, because she looks very good. She lives in Atlanta, and she got her, what is called a BBL, Brazilian butt lift. She got her butt done over, her body done over. She looked really, really good. And I got the call this morning that she didn't wake up. She went to bed. And what this individual told me, a friend of mine told me, she said that it's ironic because she spoke to her over the weekend, and this individual that passed on, that went to be with the ancestors, she was planning to go Christmas shopping today, today, right? She was planning on going Christmas shopping today. That pagan holiday that a lot of y'all are looking forward to. It even tells you that, you in the Christmas spirit. It's a spirit that comes over us every year that causes y'all to go out there and spend money that y'all don't have. But anyway, she told us, she said, yeah, on Tuesday, I'm going Christmas shopping, because she's off today. And last night, she was making plans while the Most High, the Creator, was making plans as well. And I asked a couple of questions because I'm very inquisitive, and I was just curious. I said, by chance, was she jabbed up? And she said, yeah, she was fully jabbed up with the icing on top. What they ask for after you get fully jabbed, right? And I said, okay. And she said, why? So I said, nothing. She said, no, it's the reason why you ask, because they know how I am. And I tried to, tell her about that documentary on Netflix called Die Suddenly, for her to check it out, and she herself is jabbed up, what I'm saying? Not fully, but, jabbed twice. So I'm not here on YouTube to make any claims, right? Because I don't know the situation behind her death, but I do know she was healthy enough. I mean, she didn't have any well, then again, she could have had an underlying issue that we don't know, because underlying issue means it's something that you don't know. You might have issues that's underlying that you don't really know, because many of us black people, we can't even afford to go to the doctor on a regular basis, and the one that can afford, we don't usually go to the doctor. I, for one, don't go to the doctor unless it's really, really, really necessary, because I don't trust them. I always question, like, why when you go to the doctor to get a physical, why do they have to draw so much? They have to draw like 3 or 4 vials of blood. And I used to ask my wife, because she's a nurse, I said, what do they do with the blood once they're done with it? Why do they need 4 vials of blood? And her thing is, well, they have to do tests. Okay, just take 1 vial and test 1 vial. I personally believe, family, 2 things. I think that, number 1, when they're testing your blood, they're testing to see who we are as a people, right? Because your blood has certain DNA in it. It has certain marker, I should say, in your blood, because life is in the blood, right? And I think that's how they do it. They check your blood to see who you are, who's human and who is not. You know what I'm saying? Now, I used to use the word human a lot, that we are human, but I'm going to make a video about that word human, okay? Because I'm starting to do some research, and that word human is ambiguous. But anyway, I said, why are they drawing our blood, and what they're doing with it? And I think, for one, they testing the blood, and the blood of the real native people to this planet. I think they keep the blood, and they literally dying on our blood. I really believe that shit. I really believe that when we donate blood to these blood banks and shit, it's supposed to save lives, but who lives are they saving? Just like our organs, right? When you're an organ donor, you get into a car accident and shit, you think they're gonna save your life? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take your organs and sell it to the highest bidder. I believe it's like $1 million or $2 million to put in an organ in a body. So the organ itself is worth money, but the procedure is worth even more. That's also for another video. So anyway, back to what I'm saying. So she was planning, planning for the big celebration this year. And guess what? She went to sleep. And I guess that's a good way of going. You know what I'm saying? You lay down and you go to sleep and you just don't wake up. And I think, to me, that's how I want to go. I don't want to be caught up in no traumatic situation leaving here to go meet my ancestors. I want to just go to sleep and shit and just peacefully go to sleep and don't wake up. I think that's a beautiful death. That's the way to leave this earth, to be deleted, according to Deborah. Yeah, right? So, I just been, thinking about all these people, celebrities, a lot of people that's been taken out, raptured up out of here, if you will. Because, the Bible says there should be two in the field. One shall be taken, one should be left behind. And I used to think, and I'm not even going to use the word rapture, because that's stupid too. I used to think the one that's taken is the one that got saved. But no, after really and truly studying the scriptures, the one that was left behind is actually one I have a chance for salvation. The one that's taken, because I can guarantee you, and I'm not judging because I don't know, but I can guarantee many of these people that's been taken up out of here, right? A lot of them in gangs, right? Gang shootings. I don't think they was raptured up out of here. I don't think they was taken to a better place. I think they was taken up out of here dramatically. Now I know the spirit, right, lives on. You know what I'm saying? We're spirit, and it lives on. We're energy, I should say, and it lives on. Now I'm sure when the ghosts leave the body, right? Spirit leave the body, or the soul leave the body, it goes somewhere to be judged, and then the Most High decide what it's going to do. It's going to recycle it, bring it back here, to come back here to relive out this existence, probably in a worse situation that you were, or is it going to take you somewhere else in paradise? Who knows what happens, how the Most High do it. I personally believe that we are judged right after death. I don't believe that you die and you go to hell right away, and then according to the Bible and shit, on the day of judgment, he's going to judge you. So what, he's going to judge you twice? He's going to put you in hell, take you out, judge you, and put you back in hell? Never made sense to me with that doctrine. So yeah, this woman, she went to sleep, and she died in her sleep. To me, I think that's noble. That's how I would want to go, honestly. And I'm not putting out there in the universe, to take me right now, but if any way I want to go, that's how I want to go. You know what I'm saying? So everything that she have done to her body, all the money she have invested was in vain, because according to the individual that's told me about the situation, she said she got her body done like about 7-8 months ago, not even a year. So all that money she spent on her body went in vain. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say to my family, it's a saying in Jamaica, man a plan and God a wipe, which means while man is planning, God is wiping away plans. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say, family, we don't know how much time we have left here on this prison planet. For me, death is not final. For me, death is not scary. It's only scary that I have to make sure my affairs are in order before the Most High. Actually, that's what I would like. I can't tell the Most High what to do, but I would like my affairs to be in order before I leave here. That way my family don't have to suffer. Of course, they're going to grieve over my loss. They're going to miss their dad, their husband, their brother, whatever. But I don't fear death, because I believe when you die, you're actually waking up out of a bad dream. We're living in a nightmare. I don't know for the life of me, who would want to live another 50 years in this situation. Even if you're wealthy, you still have to live in this prison planet. You still have to deal with everything that happens on this prison planet. So who the hell would want to live another 50 years? Who the fuck would really want to live another 50 years like this? Have to work every day, get up every day like slaves, just routine after routine. We spend more time at work than we spend at home, for those of us who do have a job. You know what I'm saying? So who the hell would want to live another 100 years like this? Not me. Hell to the no. Like I said, I want to get my affairs in order, and then the Most High could just take me home. Because I really believe when you die, you actually wake up. It's almost like before you was born, right? You cease to exist. So you didn't know what was going on. You knew you was an energy, you was a spirit or a soul somewhere, memory blanked and everything, and then the Most High decided to give you a physical experience, right? So he put you here on this prison planet, gave you a physical body for you to have a physical experience. But before you came here, where were you? Who were you? You don't know. So it's the same way how death is. Once the spirit leaves the body, because memory, right, lies within the brain, right? You feel pain because of the brain, sends signals to the brain, and it, the nerves in the body send signals to the brain. So once the spirit or the soul, or if both, whatever, leaves the body, your body is like a shell. It's almost like when you're in a car. Before you go into the car just sitting there overnight. Then you got to go into the car, right? So that's the spirit going into the car. Then you have to put the key in and shit, right? That's the energy going to the key. Then you turn on the ignition and you start the car, which is the body. So that's how it is. You park the vehicle, you get out of the vehicle, you turn off the vehicle. The vehicle is parked. It cannot be functioning anymore until you go back in it. It's the same way, same concept with living, right? So I would say, me personally, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think death is that bad. It's just traumatic how you leave this shit, but it's not as bad. And I don't want to suffer during death, but people really believe this shit is scary. Oh my God. I guess it's the unknown, where you're really gonna go, because nobody never died and came back. I know people say they had near-death experience. You just came close to the shit. You ain't never died. So you can't tell me a near-death experience is the same as dying and coming back. Now I know Jesus Christ, your Savior, right, came and he resurrected Lazarus after 3 days. I guess Lazarus is the only one that could say he died, if you believe the story, because the story, it never existed. It's all made up by the Romans and shit, right? Paiso family, death and all of that, and hell and all that is not what it appears to be. There's no such thing as hell, a fiery place that you're going to burn for eternity. There is a planet called Planet Hell that exists. Absolutely, that exists, right? That is going to destroy both the body and the soul, but not necessarily the body, because the body's not going to be on Planet Hell. But there's a Gentile destroyer on its way called Planet Hell. A lot of people call it Planet Hell. That is on its way. That is going to take out a lot of these wicked ass hybrids that live amongst us. That I do believe. But as far as when you die, because if you think about it, right, if the spirit leaves the body, the spirit cannot feel the kind of physical pain. So how's the spirit going to feel pain in this fiery place? Now, I believe that the Most High can destroy this energy, probably put it out, you know what I'm saying, where it doesn't exist anymore. I believe in that part of it. And if you read even in the Bible, right, it says, I think in Revelation, that death and hell is going to be thrown into the lake of fire. So if hell is a place, according to Christian dumbasses' belief, that when you die, you go to hell, right, in a fiery place, then how is it that death and hell, this scripture right here, look on your screen, how is death and hell going to be thrown into the lake of fire? So that means hell is definitely not the lake of fire. Hell is here. We are in hell right now as we speak. You feel what I'm saying? And hell is a condition. So the condition that we're living in, which is a hellish condition, is going to be thrown into this lake of fire. That's probably going to destroy, and that's what it's called, a second death. That's going to destroy this energy that the Most High give us. For those of us who are too wicked to even live on. You know what I'm saying? So I would say this to y'all, right? With whatever remaining days we have, we need to start paying homage to the Most High, following the law, statutes, and commandments. It's content 613 of them, but I only follow the 10 commandments. I don't really follow most of the feast days because, again, it is impossible to follow the feast day. First of all, we don't even know the days that is correct, because a lot of y'all go by the Gregorian calendar and the other calendar. The Most High have the lunar calendar. That's what I follow as far as Shabbat is concerned. I follow the lunar Shabbat, not the weeks or the days, because a lot of y'all follow the Jewish Shabbat, Friday sundown, or Saturday Saturn, or Saturday sundown. For me, if they're not the people, if they're wishing to be a people that they're not, why are you following after their tradition? You know what I'm saying? The way how they celebrate their feast day, the way how they celebrate their Shabbat to their God, Lucifer. It never made sense to me, but it is what it is. Each his own. You feel what I'm saying? So yes, this is a time we need to draw near to our family. If you have any issues with any family member, you need to make peace with them. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that a family member could do to you As a matter of fact, if it's in the past, then it is what it is. You can't, yes, you can hold a past against someone, but if you have been the one to do wrong to someone, it's your responsibility to go to that person and ask for their forgiveness. Now, if they don't want to forgive you, you have done your part. You have tried to make peace, with them. Because you do have some family members that have wronged you, in different ways. By the end of the day, right, when you really think about it, it's nothing a person can really do to you that is that serious where you can't forgive them. Other than if somebody take one of your family members, let's say a family member take another family member loved one lives, you know what I'm saying? Then I can understand it's hard. It's hard to forgive. But you want forgiveness from a lot of y'all call him God, right? Which is Satan. A lot of you are Lucifer, I should say. A lot of y'all want forgiveness from your God. So why is it so hard for you to forgive someone that's asking for forgiveness? Now, if they don't come to you and ask you for forgiveness, then hey, it's a different story. But I believe when you carry around certain things, it burdens you down. It holds you down. So when you let it go, you free yourself. Like someone came to me the other day and they asked me for forgiveness, and I had forgot all about what the hell. And they were like, I said, why are you doing that? Come to find out, this person, I found the truth that they're Hebrew Israelite, and one of the teaching that they was taught that they have to act for forgiveness. And I'm like, when the person asked me for forgiveness, and they told me what they were asking forgiveness for, I was laughing. I'm like, come on, man, you crazy? I forgot all that was like years ago. They owe me some money and shit, and they told me straight they ain't paying me. You know what I mean? And I said, I let it go. This was a family member, and I let it go. And that was like years ago. And this dude telling me now he want to pay me. I was like, nah, man, you good. I mean, we family. You know what I'm saying? I could use the money, but I'm like, nah, we good. The apology is enough. And I forgot, this was like maybe 15, 20 years ago. I forgot all about it. So, I'm saying this to say, yeah, but I had been forgave him. I mean, it was like, I would just say to myself, I would never lend him no more money. That was it. You know what I'm saying? That's, I mean, what you put in is what you get out. But other than that, family, we got to let things go, because today's your day. Tomorrow may not be your day. You feel what I'm saying? But let me know in the comment section, how many of y'all have experienced death, and whether it be in your family or close friends, how many people that that have literally passed on. And just try to be discreet, because you know how it is. You can't use the C word or the J, you know what I'm talking about, right? You got to be very discreet when you leave in these comments, because I don't want them to shut the channel down. With that, family, I say peace and blessings. Shalom. Oh, one more thing I forgot to tell you. Actually, you know what? I'll say it for the next video. Shalom.